Hi, sir. Hello.
Hi, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you, man? How are you doing today?
The day went swimmingly, sir, and nothing to complain. And so far, so good. And I'm gearing for sleeping.
Okay, already. It's only 9. So okay, when do you sleep normally? What time do you sleep?
I would have slept. I think so. Definitely, I would have been on bed at that time till
Okay,
8:30.
8:30, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Seems like you have a very healthy schedule. So tell me about your schedule and how has this schedule been influencing your life? How long have you been sticking to the schedule? I want to know more about that. Maybe I might know a thing or two about it, and I want to know another a two or thing about it because I don't sleep at all, and even if I sleep, that's gonna be very late in the night. Actually, early in the morning. Yeah, go ahead.
So my schedule actually it's been 8 years actually I would say, and
Wow. Okay.
since 8 years I have been following this schedule, and early well early life this is my habit, and so I usually prefer to sleep early. Then I would be able to wake up early. This is the basic funda. If you are sleeping early, so definitely you will be able to wake up early. If you are sleeping late night, if you are night owl, so definitely you are not going to uh, wake up early. So actually, the morning time is best time. In our scriptures, they are telling that we call it Brahma Muhurta.
From okay.
Yeah, so whatever we will do in the morning time, so definitely the grasping of your mind would be better, and the atmosphere would be cool and composed. There would be no chaos in the atmosphere. So ideally, you will be able to catch all these things, and whatever you have suggested me in previous session, and I'm inculcating all these things. I'm adopting all these things, and so the morning time is best time to learn, watch, and inculcate something better. So,
Okay. So I have this quick question. So lately there has been studies, especially one of the studies that has been published in the New England Journal of Medicine. So my question is, there has been findings where people are night owls. I mean, people tend to be night owls, early birds, and all these things happens. So there are different kinds of people who I know whose productivity peaks at different point of time. For example, just like animals, right? Lions hunt the best at a particular point of time. Owls work the best at a particular point of time. And birds work the best when it comes to a particular point of time. Similarly, there are actual night owls, there are actual early birds when it comes to humans as well. And yes, we can adapt to different schedule and all these things. And I'm a person, well, when it comes to doctors, when it comes to medical students, there is no particular schedule. You'll have to be awake 24/7,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you should be able to have the capacity to speak whenever you want. So I've been through that, and I've actually tried, and in fact, I've tried to take sessions early in the morning. I did take that for about, I'm not sure, at least 2 3 months I've taken, right? I might have taken 2 3 months completely on morning. But ultimately, I find myself most comfortable at this point of time, and I find myself most productive in doing most of the work towards the night, right? So
Mhm.
I am more or less of a night owl. So lately, there has been this finding that people tend to be productive at different angles of time, and some people work best in the morning, some people work in the noon, and some people work best in the nights. And ideally, even the scriptures, everything since the very beginning of the time, there has been situations where all these teachers would say you need to wake up early morning and you need to do this, you need to do that, you have to book in the Brahma Muhurtam and all that thing. It doesn't matter which religion you follow, what kind of things you follow, and so on that. So, what is your opinion about that?
We used to read in the morning when I was kid, and when we were kid at that time. My ancestor, my parents were suggesting at that time, you must read in the morning time. And this is my experience when I was reading in the morning time. So I was able to catch everything in easy way, and I was able to memorize the things perfectly at that time. and I was able to crack my examination and all these things in perfect way. So, and whatever they are telling, this is the actually the reason behind scientific. Scientifically, it is factual that there will be no chaos in the morning time. The person, I think, the most of the person, this is it has been made for sleeping actually, night time. And if you will do something till late night, so that definitely you are not following the rules and regulation. And night is for sleeping, and morning is for waking up. And in the morning time, every person, every I would say the so you can take example of anybody. They would have been sleeping at that time, and you would be the person who will wake up in the morning, and you will do something, you will read, watch, and listen something. And so definitely there will be no chaos in the atmosphere, as I said previously. So if there is no hustle and vessel in any route, so you will be able to cross that route in a perfect way. It is like that. You can consider in this way. If there is no crowds, you won't get any problem. When
True.
you will when you will cross that avenue. So this is the
Makes
example,
sense.
and it is subjective, and actually it's depend on your knack, which kinds of knack you have in your life, and which kinds of habit you have inculcated in your life, adapted in your life. And most of the person prefer to do everything till late night, and they sleep till morning, and they feel nice. But I would say that this is my habit, and this is my knack.
So often the time we wake up and the time we sleep it directly correlates with the time that we take a shower and also the time we actually have food. So if you're sleeping around 8:30, of course you'll have to have your food at least 2 3 hours before. So can you please tell me how your food habits are and how that has been contributing to your life as well?
So I did finish my all activities till 8 p.m. Even I did exercise.
Okay, so a small correction there. When
Yeah.
you are speaking about a habitual action, like when it's something, so you can say I usually wrap up everything by 8 p.m. You can say that way in the present
Okay.
tense
Yeah.
because it's a habitual action. You do that on a regular basis. Yeah,
Right.
let's
Right.
go.
Right. I usually wrap up my all activities till 8 p.m. So it can be
By
meditation, it
8 p.m.
can,
By 8 p.m.
yeah, by 8 p.m. And it can be exercise, it can be meditation, evening meditation, it can be food. So, and then I decide to sleep about 8:30, and sometime it happens 9, but mostly I sleep till 8:30. And
By
I
8:30 till 8 till
by
is when you okay till is when you are saying from one point to another point, like
right.
from 7 till or something like that. So when you are telling about a time that you'll be wrapping up, you'll be saying
Okay,
by 8:30, by 8 p.m.
by
So
8:30.
my
Okay.
question was, you didn't answer my question again. My question was, when would you be having your dinner? What time would you be having your dinner?
8 o'clock, 8 p.m.
So you have okay, so you have your dinner at 8 p.m. and then you go to bed by 8:30.
Yeah.
So what do you usually take as something as dinner for dinner?
Sometimes I take chapati and vegetables. Sometimes I take light food, like I take light food in terms of whatever my spouse cook. I take,
Right.
and light food sometimes I take, and generally I take light food in the evening,
Okay.
so I will be able
So
to digest perfectly, and there will be no
yeah.
problem, and there will be no chance of tummy.
Okay, so that is the catch here. If you're having a dinner by 8 p.m. and then you're sleeping by 8:30, then that is not really a healthy habit. This is purely medicine speaking. Okay, if you have to have your bed, if you have to hit bed by 8:30, you should at least have your dinner by 7 p.m. At
Okay,
least. You
okay.
cannot have 30 minutes before because 30 minutes you will not have any form of digestion happening. Only the chewing from there and also be just still in the esophagus, right? So I would not recommend you to have your dinner by 8 and go to bed by 8:30. That is not healthy, because
Right.
then the chances of your gallbladder getting compromised are relatively high. But since you're taking a lower calorie, what can I say? It's calorie deficit what you're taking, but still, I would not recommend that too much. If you are having your dinner a little early, would be much better. Just a
Okay.
suggestion.
Right.
Right. Okay, so let's say you are actually going to a college or you're actually invited to an association meeting or something, and you're supposed to greet a lot of students, tons and tons of students. And of course, you know how students are. They'll always be on their phone, they'll always be looking in the mirror, they'll be just taking care of themselves all the time. So, what happens is, they might not be focusing on the session too much, they might be trying to distract you even and all that. So one thing that you'd have to point out is that how can they focus? How can they focus in life? How can they actually tap into a healthy habit and make it work? And how can they maximize their productivity? I wanted to give them a class on this. Can you do that, please?
Actually, could you rephrase? Actually, I have catch your last point, but I didn't catch your what you were saying in the initial time.
Sure, sure. So you are. This is a situation. Okay. You are actually going to a college or a school or
College.
anywhere.
Okay.
Okay, it's up to you. I believe college is going to be better, and you are actually about to address a lot of students, right? You are invited there as a guest, as a speaker.
Okay.
So what you'll be doing there, you'll be primarily speaking to those students, and of course you can assume even if it's call or in it's college, people will be always on their phone. They'll be distracted. They'll have a lot of things, and they'll be having junk food, and they'll have no schedule and all these things in their mind, and barely they work out on all those things. So what I wanted to do is that I want you to speak to those students, right? And I wanted to motivate them to have a productive life and also a proper schedule so that they can make the time that they stay awake maximum to the productivity
Right.
maximum. Yeah. So that is what I want you to do. This is going to be a quick speech that I want you to do. I'll give you 2 minutes to prepare. Right now it is going to be 9:14. I can give you a minute or two. If you can start by 9:16, it'd be great. I will want you to speak for at least 5 to 6 minutes on this.
5 to 6 minutes.
Yeah, because you're addressing a crowd, you're addressing students, right? And you will have to
Oh,
incorporate some humor in it. Otherwise, it's students, they'll not be focused on it. So, unless and until you just mask their vibe, they'll not be like, who is this guy speaking something? I don't want to know. Since you've been practicing this, you'll have to incorporate some jokes, you'll have to incorporate some, real time, elements that you can connect from the class and do it. So, take your time. You have like 2 minutes. That is the time I'm providing you with. And whenever you're ready, you can start. Okay?
okay. Okay,
All the
sure. I
best.
will take not. I will not take more time, but I will take some. Uh,
Yeah,
but one
you can
minute, two
take as
minutes.
much time as you want as long as it is within 2 minutes.
Okay.
All right. It's not getting tough, right? Is it good?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Let's go.
Okay, if I were professor and if I were motivator in one of the colleges, so definitely I have some points to advise them, those who are investor and those who are pursuing something in terms of career. So I would say this is the prominent time of students and investors, and they must not waste this time. Uh, they must utilize this time. And if I will take my examples, whatever I have learned through my life, so I used to hang out and I used to waste my time in the canteen, and I used to roam here and then I was wandering and I was strolling at that time. So I would love to advise to them that they shouldn't waste time. They must have some proper schedule for that, whatever they are doing, and they must have rules and regulation in their life. And uh, why? Because definitely they would have some expectation in their career, and if they will follow rules and regulation and they would be strict on their uh, desire, so they would be able to fulfill their dreams and as well as their parents' dream, and they will excel in their life and they would be disciplined in their life. So they must inculcate disciplinarian activity in their life, and and how can they implement these things in their life? And they should limit themselves in every aspect of life. If they are watching uh, movies and if they are hanging out with their parents and if they are attending any seminar or any cultural activities, so they must limit yourself. And back of the mind, they should have. This is not my desire. This is not my aim. And if we, this is not my desire, and I have to do something in my career, and they must inculcate something productive throughout the day, and it can be spiritual discourses, it can be anything productive, not unfruitful thing, not vain, and it must be productive thing and a truthful thing. uh, if they will keep on inculcating unfruitful and unproductive thing, so they won't be able to uh, concentrate their mind during a study. So I would suggest that because this is the era of negativity, and if they will keep on watching, listening, and reading futile things, they won't be able to concentrate on their study. And whatever desire they have in their life, and they won't be able to achieve their desire, and they will uh, lastly uh, lastly they will not have anything if they will waste their time. So as per my experience, I would suggest them whatever desire they have in their life, they must have burning desire. They have fire in very belly for that. And lastly, I'm going to conclude that they must limit their self in every aspect, whatever they are doing. If that is not unproductive, they can enjoy, they can hang out, and they can uh, do whatever they want to do, but they should limit themselves. But what is prominent thing in their life? They must inculcate that thing, and they must adopt that thing, so that all things can help in their career growth. And I would say they must read, watch, and listen some spiritual discourses every time, so they would be able to face the challenges and hurdle and obstacle in their life. And challenges are also a part of life. They this sometimes they act, sometimes most of the time challenges like blessing in disguise. So they shouldn't uh, they shouldn't get fear from challenges, and they should take positively to all challenges, and they definitely they will learn something from challenges. So it is all about my preaching, sir. Thank you.
How do you think you spoke?
Azar,
How do you think you spoke?
it was not up to the mark. I could have spoken in better way.
I think you did pretty well because I gave you a task impromptu and you were able to deliver what you were asked impromptu as well. So that is something I really like. Right.
Eh,
One thing that I need you to focus on a little bit is that you do seem to, mix up tenses once in a while. So do not take this so consciously.
mhm.
But have I asked you to watch any series regularly? No, right? Have I?
Come again, sir.
Have I asked you to watch any English series or something regularly? Have I?
No, no. Actually, you were telling me that I should read something on daily basis, and I should summarize. So I'm doing
Yeah.
that thing in the morning time, and
And
I'm listening to postcard at the time of sleeping.
okay, are you
And
doing that?
yeah, I'm doing. And actually, I used to not do writing part. So I have inculcated this habit on daily basis, and
Okay.
nowadays I'm writing, and I started listening native speaker at the time of sleeping. So this
Okay.
thing I'm doing, and on daily basis I'm attending the session.
Okay. So I want you to do a small activity whenever you can. Right? Like for example, if you are, if you have some free time, it's not something that you have to do regularly. What I want you to do, I want you to process the tenses. For instance, whenever you're about to speak in English, like you have to do this in your mind. Do not speak it out. Whatever you're doing, I want you to just process it for once and see whatever you're about to speak, is it something that has happened? Is it something that's happening? Or is it about to happen? Okay, I want you to categorize this once, right?
Mhm.
I want you to categorize and think about this. Always think about this just before you're sleeping. I mean, it's just before
Mhm.
you're speaking, sorry, right? So that is some that will help you to actually mitigate the amount of errors you make in terms of tenses because you have a general idea how the tenses work anyway. And I think you are pretty much of an advanced speaker in most areas as well. The content, excellent. I really like the content, but there are few things that we can inculcate, and I think you are introducing as many vocabs as you can. Keep reading as well, and try to incorporate all the vocabs as well. And also another thing that I've noticed is you tend to miss out a little bit on incorporating the vocabs. You do have the vocabs, but sometimes you might feel like, okay, is it not coming right to me, or is it some kind of that issue I have noticed? But don't worry about it; that will be resolved naturally. Okay, for now, that is all I have in terms of feedback. Quick question:
Mhm.
how do you think this session was for you?
The session was really awesome and impromptu. It is the area where I get problem, and
Well,
I
that's why I always give impromptu
right,
situations,
right,
right?
right, right.
Yeah.
And definitely, if there would be chance to speak on impromptu, definitely I will get hesitation, and I will brainstorm at that time. And apart from, I'm comfortable while conversing, and when tutors will ask any questions, so I'm able to. I'm quite comfortable at that time. But this is the field where I'm lacking. And I think if I'm going to be a public speaker, and I'm going to address meeting, so I think it would help at that time.
True.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, sounds good. That sums up our session. Thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much for meeting me tonight, and I
Thank
know
you.
you have of course sacrificed your sleeping time for this one. So have a
Okay,
good night.
sir.
Bye bye.
It's
Take care.
okay, sir. I can manage. Okay, sir. Good night.
Bye bye.
Have a
Good night.
great day. Bye. Bye.